Hello everyone, how are you? I am coming to you. It is now the 2nd of December here in Australia, and I am coming to you with December's currently inked. I can't believe it is December. I feel like the year has gone by way too quickly. So, December 2023 currently inked. Now, last month we had 33 pens inked up. This month it's going to be a little bit less, but there's still a lot of carryovers from last month, and some of them I enjoyed so much that I actually re-inked again. So we'll go through them though. So the first one we've got here is this Visconti Pen Company black, green, gold pen with a medium nib, and I have it inked with this Diamine Salamander. So that is the first one we've got. So I'm really enjoying this green. It's like a dark, murky sort of green, I guess you could say. So this is in the River City Pen Company, black, green, gold. Gold with a medium nib and inked with Diamine Salamander. Now this was an ink sample from my Aussie ink swap, and I am considering buying another sample of this just to make sure I really like it. This is kind of a colour that I wouldn't mind getting a bottle of, and Diamine luckily do the 30ml bottles, or they do the really large 80ml bottles. I think I'd probably just get a 30ml bottle though if I was to buy a bottle. So that's the first one we've got. The second pen we've got here is my Just Turnings Unicorn Horn with a medium nib. This is a beautiful pen. I have it inked with, I actually inked it up last month and enjoyed it so much I re-inked it again, and it has got Pelican Edelstein Jade in it, which is just a beautiful colour. Really, really pretty. Flows very well in this pen. I've tried many inks in this pen, but I think this is my favourite ink in it so far. So, Just Turnings. Unicorn Horn. Oops. Unicorn Horn. Medium nib. Inked with Pelican Edelstein Jade. So that's the next one. Third one we have, it's still at all of these are carryovers from last month, I should add. So this is the Twisp Eco tea in Royal Jade and Rose Gold, and I have that inked with a really high shining ink. It is Diamine Inkvent Holly. It's a dark green with a crazy amount of red shimmer. And this was a full fill. I have used it, but I think I've probably got, I don't know, maybe still over half a fill left in it. It'll get used up this month though while I'm writing on Christmas mail. So this is a Twisp Eco tea in Royal Jade and Rose Gold. It has a medium nib and is inked with Diamine Inkvent poly. Next we have, it's another carryover, it's the Visconti Vano, the novel reader with a medium nib. And I still have Sailor Ink Studio 370 in this one. This is a really subtle green. It's very pretty. It almost reminds me a little bit of a pale sort of pistachio or celery green, that sort of really pale color though. Really, really beautiful. That was a ink sample from pen friend Tanya. So this is a Visconti Van Gogh. Almost feel like there's something on this paper, so I can see it sort of. Let's see what it did there. A novel reader, but when in the pen, it almost comes out like a beigey green color. Interesting. Okay, and it is inked with Sailor Ink Studio 370. Really lovely. The next one we have is a Visconti Rembrandt with a medium nib, and in this one I have got Diamine Ancient Copper. It's an old favorite. I'm sort of debating whether I buy another bottle of that or whether I try something new. So this is the Visconti Rembrandt white, has a medium nib, and it is inked with Diamine Ancient Copper. Now the next one we have is the Esther Brook EST in Rainforest. It has a juicy broad nib on it, and it is inked with Kayo Oto Kokiro. This is another sample that I got from pen friend Tanya, but enjoyed it so much that I actually ordered a bottle of it, and I have put it away for Christmas, for my family to give me for Christmas. So rainbow broad nib, inked with Kayo Oto Kokiro. Now the next one we have is another Esther Brook. It is the Esther Brook EST in Tortoise with a medium nib. I have Diamine Earl Grey in that, but I can't find my swatch card for it. Went through all my swatch cards and I don't know what I've done with it. I might have to do another one. So Esther Brook EST in Tortoise with a medium nib and inked with Diamine Earl Grey. It's a beautiful grey ink. I like this one. Now the next one we've got is this little Franklin Kristoff pocket pen. It is an eyedropper pen, so you can fill up the entire barrel with ink and you just put silicone grease around the threads. So this is another carryover from last month, and it's got Roaring Clinger's Verdigris. That was another sample that I got in my Aussie ink swap. Thanks to, big shout out to Sarah from Pause with a Pen for arranging that Aussie ink swap. So this is a Franklin Kristoff Model 45 in Blue Orchid. I think that's the material. I actually bought this pen secondhand off another pen enthusiast. Has a medium nib and it is inked with Roaring Clinger's Verdigris. Next one we've got is also a pocket pen. It's a Pilot E95S with a medium nib, and it is inked with Diamine Saror. So Pilot E95S has a medium nib and inked with Diamine Saror. Next one we've got is also a Pilot pen. It's the Pilot Desmo in Champagne Pink with a medium nib. And I inked that up. I actually had it inked last month and I re-inked it again with Robert Oster, exclusive with the Melbourne Pen Show 2022, and it's called Melbourne Rose. Pilot Desmo, Champagne Pink. This is a beautiful soft shading pink, and it is inked with Robert Oster, exclusive with the Melbourne Pen Show. 2022, and it's called Melbourne Rose. So they've just had their 2023 pen show down in Melbourne. It is currently the only pen show that is held in Australia, and our pen shows are nowhere near as big as the ones that you get over in the US and the UK and Europe. They're a lot smaller, and I was actually talking with some different people on a Discord channel about nib grinds, and they said, oh, you know, just sort of maybe see who goes to the Melbourne Pen Show, but we don't have any nib meisters here in Australia. So I think if I'm going to be looking at getting nib grinds, I'm probably going to have to send them over to the US to be done, which is a shame, but it is what it is. It's not the end of the world. It'd just be lovely to have a nib meister here in Australia. So the next one we've got is this one. It is a TWSBI Diamond 580 in white rose gold. It is inked with Pilot Roshizuku Kujuku. I didn't actually go to the Melbourne Pen Show. It is in another state to me and a long way away, and it's just a bit of a crazy time of year for our family. We've got 3 kids, and so it's coming up to the end of the school year for us, and all the end of school activities and presentation days and extra things. So it was just not doable to travel down there, unfortunately. So this is a Twisp Diamond 580 in white, rose gold, with a medium nib, and it is inked with Pilot Roshizuku Kujuku. Okay. And then after that one, we've got the little Pilotkakuno with a medium nib. This is a great little pen. Such an inexpensive pen, but such a good writer. So, and I've just got that inked with Pilot Namiki Black. I don't actually have a swatch card for that though. Once again, I don't know where some of these swatch cards have gone. I've probably put them in a safe place and now I don't know where they are. I usually have them all in my folders, you know, but they're not there. So Pilot Kakuno in clear and in a medium and inked with Pilot Namiki Black. Just a lovely basic black ink. Next one we have is this Saror PR Slim in Blue Green Nebula. It has a medium nib and I have it inked with Colorverse Gravity Wave. So as you can see, a lot of these are carryovers from last month. But last month I did have 33 pens inked up, so that is quite a lot. So it's like almost impossible to write 33 pens dry. But I just love having the variety of different pens and inks to sort of pull from each day. So this is the Saror PR Slim in Blue Green Nebula. It has a medium nib and is inked with Colorverse Gravity Wave. Love that ink. Next one we've got is another Saror PR Slim, Princess Kagawa. It has a beautiful sort of gold flecks through the resin. I hope you can see that. It's got a medium fine nib. I enjoyed the combination so much with this ink, Sailor Ink Studio 931, that I re-inked it with it. I don't know if you can see, it's got a little bit of like green sheen to it. But it's a little bit hard to see in the medium fine nib, but you can see it on Tomoe River paper when you're writing with it. So Saror PR Slim. Princess Kagawa. Medium fine nib and inked with Saror Ink Studio 931. Now these next ones are the new ones that I have inked up for this month. So all of these are carryovers from last month. This is the first new one we've got. It is the Saror PR Slim Dragon Palace with a medium fine nib. And in that, I have got one of the ink samples from Priscilla. It's Birmingham Pen Company Heron. It's a gorgeous bluey sort of teal colour, and there is a slight red sheen, if you can just see it there. So some of these are quite similar, but flow differently, if that makes sense. So, Saror PR Slim Dragon Palace with a medium fine nib, and it is inked with Birmingham Pen Company. Heron. Next one we have here is the Saror 1911 Standard. It has a broad nib on it, and I had to do some tuning with this nib because it just wasn't flowing the way I wanted it to, and I'm so glad I did because now it's writing beautifully. In this one, I haven't done it on my werkend swatch cards yet, but this is the Robert Oster exclusive with Bookbinder's design. It's newly released, and it's called Melbourne Tram Green. So, Saror 1911 Standard in the black gold finish with a broad nib and inked with Robert Oster and Bookbinder's design exclusive. Bookbinder's design is a stationery store down in Melbourne. They do online as well, and I believe they ship internationally, but they have some beautiful things. And this one is Melbourne Tram Green. I love that green. So next one we have that's new to the lineup is the Twisp Diamond 580 with a medium nib, and I've inked it up with a Christmas ink. It's Diamine Inkvent Poinsettia, which is a beautiful deep red. Really saturated red actually. So Twisp Diamond 580 in smoke rose gold with a medium nib and inked with Diamine Inkvent. It's from a previous year, I should add. Poinsettia. It's just a beautiful red. Next one we have is the Lamie All-Star in Petrol with a medium nib, and I have that inked up with Robert Oster Peppermint. So it also has a little bit of a red sheen to it. another Christmas sort of ink that I like to use at this time of year. So it's the Lamie All-Star in Petrol with a medium nib and inked with Robert Oster Peppermint. Now these next pens and inks are all sort of Birmingham Pen samples that Priscilla sent me. So the pen we've got this one in is a Lamie Vista with a broad nib. And I have oh, it's not Birmingham actually, it's Pennsylvania Fieldstone. I'll have to correct that. It's a beautiful pinky, sort of like a grey pinky colour. Goes down as a grey ink too. That's what I find interesting about these. They go down as one colour and dry as something else. So this is the Lamie Vista with a broad nib and inked with a Birmingham Pen Company, Pennsylvania Fieldstone. It dries to this soft pink leaning purple grey colour. It's quite unusual. It's very, very soft and pretty. The next one we have here is the Lamie LX in Marron with a medium nib, and I have that one inked with Birmingham Pen Company Sandstone. I like this one too. I'm liking them all actually, to be honest. It's really hard to pick a favourite out of all of these Birmingham Pen Company inks. It's got a medium nib inked with Birmingham Pen Company Sandstone. Really love that colour. I don't have anything like it in my collection either. So the next, we've got 3 more to go. So the next one we have is this Twisp Diamond 580 with a broad nib. And in this one I have got the Birmingham Pen Company Terracotta. So Twisp Diamond 580 in pink with a broad nib and inked with Birmingham Pen Company Terracotta. Just gorgeous. Second last one we've got is this Twisp Eco Tea in mint with a 1.1 stub nib. And in that I've got Birmingham Pen Company Eroded Bronze, which is a really pretty blue-grey with pink undertones. Hopefully you can see that. So Twisp Eco Tea in mint with a 1.1 stub, inked with now when you write with this ink too, it goes down like more of a brighter sort of blue, and then it dries to this subtle blue-grey colour. It's really pretty. So this one is Eroded Bronze. It's just gorgeous. And the lucky last one I've got is another Twisp. It's a Twisp Saffron with a broad nib, and I have Birmingham Pen Company Ambered Adobe. I can just tell I'm going to really enjoy writing with these Birmingham Pen Company inks. They shade, they're subtle, they're beautiful, they flow nicely. Twisp Eco Tea Saffron with a broad nib and inked with Birmingham Pen Company Ambered Adobe. Okay, so that was our last one that we've got inked up. So let's count how many we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 pence. So 10 less than last month. Now, as you all know, each month when I do my currently inked videos, I do 3 letter giveaways. I don't know if you could call them giveaways, but I send out 3 letters. So you have to be a subscriber, and if you do get the letter that you mention with the code name that you mention, you will need to message me over on Instagram with your name and address details. So make sure you're on Instagram as well. I am JP Pen and Ink over on Instagram. Same here as my YouTube channel. And if you've received an envelope from me before, maybe not comment on these ones and see if other people jump forward and claim them. So what I want you to do is, when I give you the code names of, if you're going to claim one of these letters, can you just put in the comments the code name separate to what your usual comment is, just so I can see it easily. So we've got 3 Christmas envelopes here. We're going to have Mary, Santa, and Holly. So comment below Santa, Mary, or Holly in a separate comment down below if you would like to have one of these envelopes sent to you. And I just sort of send a letter to you with my currently ink sheet and a few other little bits and pieces. So yeah, so hopefully some of you jump on that, and I'll send you a letter. It's my way of I guess interacting with you all a little bit more and getting to know you. So thank you so much to everyone who has stayed with me and stuck with me through the whole video. I can't believe it's December. I feel like the year has gone way too quickly. And hopefully you have a great festive December. Let me know if you have tried any of these inks before as well. And oh, and let me know if you're doing the Inkvent calendar. I'm not doing it. I've got some friends who are doing it, so I'm just going to live vicariously through them and watch their swatches. but I'm not actually doing it myself this year. Maybe next year. Anyway, take care, everyone. Thank you for watching, subscribing, giving me a thumbs up, commenting. Oh, and I've also got an affiliate link with Atlas Stationers where you can get 10% off. So I'll put that link below, and the coupon code is just Jayne with a Y10. But I'll put it all in the details below, okay? Take care, everyone. Bye.